What's the cause of your insecurities, and how can you overcome your insecurities and get back into your genius zone, your flow state? Let's get it.
Yeah, I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumedh Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Today we're talking about your insecurities, okay? So basically, how do you overcome your insecurities? How do you get past them, in a sense, and get back into flowing again? Very, very important question, one that I've really considered and thought about for a long time. I'm 28 now, and I've lived a lot of years of my life understanding this topic of insecurity, specifically understanding it in young men and young women, and that whole awkward phase of adolescence or adultolescence, if you want to call it that, where we're fully coming into our own adulthood. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to recognize objectivity, okay? The objective truth for what it is. I really love Stoicism with its mindset here. So if you have never heard of Stoicism, definitely check out Stoicism, because it will give you some certain clues. Not only certain clues, but the mindset, the mindset behind Stoic philosophy. It's really powerful. A warrior acknowledges his pain, but he doesn't indulge in it. The mood of the warrior who enters into the unknown is not one of sadness. On the contrary, he's joyful because he feels humbled by his great fortune, confident that his spirit is impeccable, and above all, fully aware of his efficiency. A warrior's joyfulness comes from having accepted his fate and from having truthfully assessed what lies ahead of him. So, objectivism, specifically looking at what is the fact? What is real? What is the fact? Okay? Stop adding assumptions, rationalizations, justifications, coping mechanisms, judgments, cognitive distortions. None of that, man. You have to get back to what is real. So ask yourself, is my thought effective? Is my thought real? Okay? What is the truth of the matter? And get back into that. If someone hasn't texted you back, that is the truth. If you think, oh, they haven't texted me back because they don't like me, that's an assumption. Beware of that, okay? It's really important that you're aware, okay? Really sharp in your mind. Let's say that you're a lawyer, right? And someone makes fun of you, like, oh, why are you at the bar? You're a lawyer. You're meant to be, hanging out with your lawyer friends or whatever. You just say, listen, at the bar, I'm just a man. I'm just a dude coming to have a good time. Let me enjoy myself, okay? Don't ever feel criticized or playing a very specific role or get that persona fatigue. That will give you a lot of insecurity if you have this constant persona fatigue, okay? Persona fatigue is like, am I being the right kind of person, okay? Am I being professional enough? Am I being good enough? Am I being, authentic enough? Am I being right enough? Do I have good moral codes or a moral compass? Am I a bad person? Am I a good person? This kind of self-talk, okay? Negative self-talk will really eat at you after a while. So you want your positive self-talk to override your negative self-talk. Let's say someone calls you a name or something, right? Let's say that they say, oh, you're lazy. You have to think of 5 things that make you hardworking that shifts the pendulum, in a sense, of the positivity ratio, which is 3:1, okay? A lot of people on this channel know this. Dr. Barbara Fredrickson, okay? These little tweaks are gonna help you really understand yourself better. The next thing is you gotta challenge yourself to get out of your comfort zone, okay? And again, this doesn't have to be some big life-shifting thing, right? You don't have to move to a new country or something like that. You can simply take a new route to work, or say yes to more things. Like when people are inviting you out and maybe you're insecure about meeting people or you're socially awkward, you say yes to more invitations. Very, very simple things, like just simple tweaks. The next thing is, what are your associations with security? If you're insecure, that means you have associations with your own insecurity, but also let's look at the opposite of that. What are you associating with security? Are you associating your financial situation with your security? Because if you are, every time that you're broke, you're gonna feel insecure. Are you associating it with the amount of thriving relationships that you have? Well, guess what? If you don't have any thriving relationships, you're gonna feel insecure. Okay, so what are you associating in your mind? What are you associating your security with? Really, really important to ask yourself this question, man. Like, okay, I associate my security with maybe something eternal, maybe something like nature, right? If I associate my security with nature, nature is constantly growing, evolving, expanding. I'm not gonna feel insecure, right? Because I know it's winter, summer, spring. It's just a constant evolution. It's a cycle. So if I'm broke, I'm gonna get money back. If I don't have girls in my life, girls are gonna come into my life. It's like, that's the mentality, man. It's the circulation, it's the energy. And one of the secret methods of really stopping all insecurity in its track is to get to the 0 point position or 0 point consciousness, okay? Walter Russell, one of my favorite, I guess, mystic scientists, including, Neville Goddard and a bunch of other ones. I think Walter really helps you understand a lot of the ideas based around the 0 point position that he talks about, where he says that all of our selves come from this light consciousness, basically. And when you can go into that light, we are light beings essentially, right? So if you can go into that light frequency and expand outward from there, that is the point. The 0 point is the point of all manifestation, right? And so if you can just still your mind, you can do this through TM, transcendental meditation. You can do this through many other different kinds of meditation where you just silence or still the mind, okay? Once you can do that, once there is no, let's just say there's no more emotional baggage or emotional gunk or buildup or heartache and armoring or any of this kind of stuff, right? When you're in a high frequency, by the way, guys, animals will just come around you, you know what I mean? They just straight up come around you because that is the frequency that you're creating, right? I am now in the frequency of leadership, and so of course a dog is just gonna wanna follow me as if it's, looking for a master. In any sense, man, the confidence that comes across is just gotta come across like you gotta stand by what you say in your words, right? A lot of people feel insecure because they're not people with integrity, right? It's like they say they're gonna do something, but then they do something completely different, or they try to backmask it or manipulate others, and it just doesn't work in terms of like getting yourself to feel fully confident. Because if you're relying on your confidence on the external world, like for trophies or all these, validation things, you're not truly going to be secure within yourself, right? The true security happens when you are a master of your internal world. And when you have a mastery of your internal world, then things just flow in naturally to you. You don't really question it too much. You just start to flow with it, and it becomes a part of a natural type of progression where you just seem to be this effervescent type of person who doesn't give a who doesn't try to micromanage and facilitate everything that they're doing anymore, right? But instead, they're free in their own expressiveness and freedom. And you almost want to be like a movie character, man, walking through this world. Like, the other day, someone was telling me life is not a movie. I told them, according to who? According to who? Because my life is a movie, okay? My life is a movie. Every single day it's a movie, in fact. Let's go, okay? Stop being the extra in your life and start being the main character in your movie. That's TPM. If you're interested, I'm the author of TPM, Theatrical Plasticity Method. Check out my book if you are interested in learning more about that topic of how you can actually have that movie star mentality. So man, you gotta first of all stop comparing yourself to others, okay? Don't do that. It's violence towards yourself to do that, okay? Other thing is, obviously you gotta raise your standards, okay? Let's say a celebrity is coming over to your home, like your favorite celebrity, right? Imagine that they're coming over to your home. Do you feel like a rush of like, oh no, I gotta move stuff around? What if they see my, the laundry hanging outside the window, and they won't like me anymore, or if you feel this insecurity immediately, if you feel this status like thing inside of you, like I'm not worthy, I don't deserve that, there's something off with your level of confidence or security, okay? If an A-list celebrity, or even B-list, right? You guys, you watch like TikTok celebrities nowadays, so saying it like a grandpa, but it's true, you know? Like a lot of the celebrities, the culture, Hollywood is like shutting down, and now the light workers are taking over. Like that's what I notice at least. Imagine that, you know, like your favorite like role model or whatever comes over to your home, and if you feel like I have to raise my standard to match that, their standard, there's something off there. Okay, there's something very, very off there. You want to feel like you're at the same level as a CEO, as a billionaire, even as a janitor. There's no hierarchical split in your mind anymore, okay? Like, I have more power than this. No, there's no sense of like, you know, that split mind anymore, where you're arguing with yourself. It's just not there. It's really important to consider that you practice radical self-acceptance and radical self-love. What do I mean by this? I accept myself, man. I know I'm getting pimples and stuff. You know, I know that I have man moves or whatever. I know that I'm getting better in my body. I'm bulking right now. I know it. Right? I know I have pain in my neck. I know everything about me. I'm not hiding it. I'm being very open with it, in fact. So that's the thing, right? That's the thing. Like, no amounts of anybody can knock me off of my flow state. Like, not even that dog, right? Like, that dog could bark all at once, but I'm still in my zone. Why? Because my center is here. It is not out there. You see? My center is within me, in my 0 point. Not what the animals are speaking in their own language or code. You see, animals, they speak out. They'll be like, ruff, or ah, right? Out. We humans, we go internal. We speak to ourselves in, right? So we are intense. We are introverted. Instead, you want to express. You want to exercise your demons. What does radical self-love look like? Okay, let's say that you get in front of a mirror, right? And you say, I don't have eye bags, I have Gucci bags. That's number one. So what, I have man boobs. It helps me get in touch with my feminine side. Yeah, I have a big forehead, but that's just because I have more brain. It's just more intelligence in there, okay? So don't do, like, this is fun, obviously, right? It's an exaggeration, it's fun. Don't do it to try to prove something, or again, be stuck in that rational mind or that logical mind of trying to prove something, trying to rationalize or justify to yourself that you're good enough through these self-love affirmations, right? It's more of a reframing and an understanding of like, hey, I accept all of me, I love all of me. You know, I love me. Like, start saying that legit, because you can only love someone at the level that you love yourself. You can't love someone more than you love yourself. So if your self-concept is down here, how are you expected to be in a loving and thriving relationship or be around people where they love themselves and their standard is like, when you have self-love, bro, people will start like lining outside of your like window or door, like waiting for you to speak. Like on these videos and stuff like this, man, like the reason I think I'm gonna get a lot of subscribers eventually is because I'm gonna accumulate my character and my self-love to such a point where it just becomes natural that people reach out to me. See what I'm saying? So I hope you enjoyed this video today. Have an incredible day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Let's get it to the upward spiral, gang. You already know. Hit that subscribe button. We're gonna win every single millisecond. Let's go.